the other day.
Well, it doesn't really matter for all practical purposes if you could say, oh, they only divided along ideological lines X number of times, because on the big cases, they mainly divided along ideological lines.
Right.
And the only thing that made the difference in the census case was the Chief Justice.
And so, Richard, we were just discussing this. You were reading through some of the rulings over the weekend, some light reading.
Yeah.
What jumped out at you?
Yeah, Nina, I was curious about your reaction. If you read the decision, first the majority decision and then Elena Kagan's dissent on the gerrymandering case, I thought it was extraordinary. I'm not an expert like you are, but the Chief Justice basically abdicating, saying, we're not going to get involved in this. It's too political. We don't have the competence to judge. And then you had Elena Kagan issue what I thought was a blistering, kind of angry, but also sad, basically saying American democracy is in peril. What was your take on that?
She really meant that, too. I mean, when she read her dissent from the bench, and as you know, it's rare to read a dissent from the bench. It's a mark that you really care about it. She was, I think, close to tears by the end. You could hear her voice shaking. And she said, it is with sadness and respect that I and the other justices dissent. And I think she sees, and she made a very good case for the fact that technology is like the super driver of gerrymandering. It's not your grandpa's gerrymandering anymore. It's the most anybody can do. And in fact, in North Carolina, the chairman of the redistricting committee said, we're going to propose 10 Republican seats and 3 Democratic seats because I can't figure out a way to propose 11 Republican seats and two Democratic seats. And the Chief Justice read that in his opinion on the bench. He understands that it is a really ugly, awful process, but he said it's for Congress to deal with it, et cetera. And that, in the modern world, is, I would say, at best, hopeful.
Nina, David Ignatius has a question for you. David?
Nina, I want to ask you to just say a bit